What is up, YouTube land? It is a bittersweet day today because this is the final sit-down / part of Raw Danger. So we're going to be doing the final scenario, which is Keith Helm, which you'll remember is the... You'll remember. Will remember is the main character from Disaster Report. He is a silent character in Disaster Report, although, as we found out so far in this game, he is not in this one. I just want to kind of go over, just real quick, so originally, according to the FAQs I was following, I thought that you had to do, like, very specific stuff to unlock this, but I have a feeling that all you have to do to play this quest... Do you remember... about midway through Jodd's quest, when you have the opportunity to get on a plane with the mother and her daughter. Yeah. You remember that? It's been a while. Yeah. But I think that that's all you have to do, because, as you'll find out, this is pretty much just the final part. Do you remember last time, the final part we play as Jodd, where, like, he has to, like, catch up to the plane and whatever? Yeah. It's pretty much this. So, there's a couple things you can do, obviously, to make your second run through, like, much faster. And I will say, if you do plan on playing the game, Jodd's quest is very cool, so I would not suggest getting on the plane to begin with, because you really miss a ton. And I would not consider Jodd getting on the plane to be the best thing to do, although I think it probably would have to be canon, because I think otherwise Keith Helm is not getting off this island. So, not that anyone cares about the canon of a 20-year-old game. But... I
wonder if Keith Helm's literally in Disaster Report 3.
I have no idea.
That's one we'll never play because it never got, like, translated at all.
Maybe I'll just get a translator to just sit here. The first three quests, Jodd, Amber Brazil, and... No, I think just the first two quests have... earlier endings. I wish I would have shown it off, but it was just too much to get to it. So, Jodd, a little bit through his quest, goes underground, and there's a part, and I never knew about this, where you're, like, kind of going past all these water currents, and you're on all these, like, broken trains and stuff, where you can pull this, like, there's this rebarb that's, like, kind of stuck there, and you can pull this pole down, and when you do it, like, a bunch of water just, like, starts flowing everywhere. Although it makes it a little bit quicker for you. When you play as Amber, when you walk past there, you realize you're at the same part as Jodd, and when he pulls that, the area that she's on gets flooded. Now, this is the part where she's... I forget the mayor's assistant. I forget his name, but she just met him, and she's like, "Oh, okay, you know, let's go." Do you remember that part where the mayor's assistant's like, "I'm gonna walk by first, and then you can come"? And it was like a really weird, like, I was like, why are they doing this? Like, it wasn't like...
Yeah, I finally remember that.
It was just odd. He was like, "I'm gonna go first," but it makes sense because if Jodd pulls that thing, he goes, "I'm going to go first," and then you go, and then Jodd pulls the thing, and then you get sent down the river on, like, the train car you're on. When you get off of that, as Amber, these, like, rescue guys are there. You can go walk to them, and they're like, "Hey, come with us, you can get rescued." And you can go, and the mayor's assistant's like, No, come with me, you know. We need to talk to your brother and stuff, we need to figure this out. And you can end it early by just being like, "No, I'm going to get saved." So that one also has an early ending. All the other ones, Isaac Shriller, the schoolgirl, and Ivan Kozlov do not have earlier endings. I don't think they have B endings. So I guess that's just something to mention.
Other than Kozlov becoming generic evil guy.
Yes. So you can't end it any earlier. Although, if you just give what I forget what it's called, the virus,
the echidna.
Echidna, there we go. If you give echidna to the mayor, it ends like 2 minutes early. So I guess that technically is a B ending, but it's like literally 2 minutes save time. So we're gonna play as Keith Helm. Unfortunately, this is Yeah, we had some issues. When I loaded up the game, it wouldn't load correctly. And then I pull it up in free play mode, and I swear that free play mode is glitched because I didn't have all the necessary items, even though there was no possible way I could do it. So let's hope that this isn't glitched.
Yeah, it was really bizarre because Spencer was like loading a save file that definitely had Keith Helm unlocked, but when he loaded it, it was like treating it like just a bare save.
Yeah.
So we literally just reinserted the memory card, and now it works. Now it's like, thank you, PS2.
We'll see. We'll see. Thank you, based Keith Helm. After his adventures in Del Rey, he was like, I need weird glasses and a goatee.
And a gimp leg.
Rip. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, like, I don't, this is the last, one of the last,
Why is it crowbar?
I think he does something with it in the game, in Disaster Report.
Yeah.
But we were talking about it, like, we were trying to remember if anything happened to Keith specifically to give him the problems with his legs, and we don't specifically remember, but I'm sure it's just one of those things. Keith's talent is that he's able to deduce, I guess I can't even do it yet, deduce facts, and here's hoping that it works this time. So there's two things I need to read. There's this capital post, reads as follows. Gavin Goldstein, the mayor, won the Medical Advancement Award. Mr. Goldstein of Del Rey was selected as the winner to receive the Medical Advancement Award. The award is given to the person whose contributions have significantly advanced the medical field. Goldstein credited his colleagues. I wish there was a way I could divide this award up and give a piece to each of my colleagues, he said. Mr. Goldstein was born in Cascade Village, which he was forced to abandon. He is currently the director of the Goldstein Hospital in the heart of Del Rey. He's from Cascade Village. Alright, so we have some information. We know he's from the village. We're going to walk over here and read Capital Weekly. Yeah, there we go. Was the fire that engulfed Cascade Village a freak accident, or was it a cover-up? We all remember that tragic incident when wildfire engulfed the Cascade Village and consumed all life there. We now believe that there is more to the story. Until now, we've only known what was reported by the government. According to our own investigation, it seemed that there was an outbreak of epidemic proportions, a disease infecting those who lived in Cascade Village prior to the wildfire. We believe that the disease was uncontainable, and the government quarantined the Cascade Village and waited for the disease to run its course. When the medical team returned to the village, they found that the entire population of the village was already killed by the disease. To destroy the evidence of their failed action, the government may have set fire to the village. R.I.P. And government concealed disease. What? It literally... Oh my god, it literally was glitched before. Because it didn't give us this before.
Yeah, so weird.
What the heck? Watch, it's going to be 9 instead of 8.
And I swear it's because of the memory card.
Are you kidding me? I thought I was missing something, and literally the game was just like, no!
Yeah.
Wow.
We were walking around for like 5 minutes just trying to figure out what was going on, but no, it was literally a glitch. Thank you, dog, for this final gift to Raw Danger, our most popular and most requested LP.
Oh, yeah.
Although I will say, I think I said this right as we started, but I quite enjoyed this.
I have quite enjoyed it myself, too. Alright, so this is very specific, the way you have to put this in. Unlike the other ones where it's like, any baby can do it, this is actually pretty hard. You have to do it exactly the right way. Okay. And then the bottom, once you have it, is pretty obvious. I'll read them all out then before we deduce. Alright, so we have... Goldstein gave favors to NorCal Pharmaceutical. Goldstein virtually controls NorCal Pharmaceutical. Goldstein ordered NorCal to develop a killer virus. Cascade was ruined by fire. The mayor was from Cascade. Goldstein tried to spread the killer virus in Del Rey. Everyone in Cascade Village was killed by an epidemic. The government tried to conceal the epidemic. The killer virus, Echidna. Mayor Goldstein was virtually the owner of NorCal. He utilized the resources of NorCal to develop Echidna. He probably wanted to gain revenge, which is in quotes for some reason.
Keith Helm doesn't understand the concept of revenge.
It's getting late? You mean like in the place? Sophia is the girl that was with the driver, Isaac Shriller. The girl that was British or Australian for some reason.
Was our theory about the redhead girl being his like past girlfriend that didn't amount to anything, right?
Which one?
There was a redheaded girl, I think talked about having like a previous. I don't know. I don't remember the context.
Was it the one that helped the schoolgirl?
No.
No.
Yeah, this LP's been going on for so long.
It's been going on for so long. I guess I stayed too long. Wow, Keith. You think that with, like, all that you've been through, especially at Del Rey, that you wouldn't be like... You'd be like, I should evacuate. And he's like, nah.
Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't have, like, an assistant, considering that he has, like, a bad leg.
So, what I was saying earlier is, do you remember the part we did last time with Joshua? Or Jodd Howard, where he like ran up the whole thing. So imagine that. You like that? You like that faucet one? Yeah. That's because
oh yeah, you drank water.
In Disaster Report, instead of heating up, you drank water.
That's a nice touch.
That is a nice touch. So remember with Jodd, you like ran up the whole stairs and whatever, but imagine going at this brisk pace the whole time. It is nice to see, you know, it coming from a different angle, and the reason I think that this is technically the canon ending is... I don't know how else Keith Helm would survive. Joshua survives because he Jodd, because he left early, but we can't let Keith Helm, the literal last person in this entire city... We can't let him bite the big one. So yeah, this is the speed we're gonna go, guys. I hope I have enough words to say to fill up the time.
How much longer is this? Like several more minutes?
We're almost at the place where Jodd starts.
Walking. What, the big diner hall?
No, I meant that Jodd starts this spot at.
Oh, okay.
Once I get to a place that's a little bit more safe, I want to show you what the speed of walking is, because this is the speed of running, by the way. Yeah,
the water's coming.
I think they're a little more, like, nice on the timing and stuff, because obviously you are much, much slower. So here's the walk.
Man.
So, yeah. If anyone out there, for any reason, remembers that there's a thing that, like, breaks Keith Helm's leg or whatever in the original game, I don't remember it. Although it's definitely possible, depending on the ending. It would be... I'll put it this way.
You can use a lot of different endings in that game, and maybe something happened to his leg, but I remember when we finished that game that Keith Helm was relatively unharmed.
Yeah, and it would be weird if they were like, oh, like they give him this, like, leg... Oh god, it's so loud.
Yeah, we can't turn it down, sorry.
I can. I'll do it. I'll do it!
Don't turn the channel.
Okay. It would be weird if they were like, oh yeah, so he survived that whole thing in Del Rey. Like, you know, all the stuff that happened in Disaster Report, and it's like, oh, how'd he get this leg? Oh, a motorcycle accident. Like, it's just, like, weird, you know what I mean? Like, the only reason I would expect them to give him this would be like, oh man, it happened in Del Rey. But, don't know.
Do we know how many years it's been since the original Disaster Report compared to this game? I'm
certain at some place it said it. I'm gonna guess about 5. I mean, it can't be that much more, but... What is this? I hope it's not worth it.
I hope it kills you and you have to do this all again.
Ah, cartoon compass. The very last compass we're gonna get.
That's a pretty cool one.
The pretty cool frames. So,
Walking. Oh my god, you still have to go to another floor.
dude. Like I said, I was really hoping for something from Keith, but after you do that little bit of deducing, it's just like, yeah, here you go. It is nice that you get to play as him, even for a little, but like, taking an area that's designed for someone running at full speed and then being like, hey, he's limping along, is like, oh god.
I bet on the design team, like, when they were playing this game, they're like, we should do like a Keith Helm party, you should be the final unlockable character. And then when they actually were developing the game, they were like, oh god, we have 1 day to finish this. The game ships tomorrow. What are we gonna do?
Put Keith Helm instead of Jodd. Alright, sounds good.
Because this game is all about just like, whatever idea that they had, they just put it in the game. That's why this game's so special. There's so many different characters, and most of them were actually pretty decent.
Yep.
I think the only disappointing character to me was the schoolgirl.
Yeah.
Because again, it was like an idea that they had on paper, and they're just like, okay,
so
moving on.
Think about this. The amount of different vehicles in a game like this, alright? So, you drive in a taxi, okay? You ride a jet ski as Jodd. You ride on an inflatable air mattress. You also ride on a normal, like, actual, like, propelled boat, like a motor-propelled boat. And I feel like there's something else I'm missing.
Yeah, I think there's 1 or 2 more.
But that's literally just the things that you can ride on. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. There are 6 overall people you can play as. 5 of them are pretty fleshed out, if you count Keith as being fleshed out from previous stuff.
Yeah.
And 1 isn't.
There's some weird characters, like Taxi Simp is like, he's such a non-character in even a cast of non-characters. They're like, okay, I don't know why he's in this game, but sure. At least you're a taxi guy and you just drive around. That's fun.
And in a way, it's kind of, you know, one of the cooler ones, because you can just drive around. And you can, like, go to different parts of the city because reasons.
Yeah. I don't think this is, like, much of a debate, but the best characters are easily Jodd, Amber, and the amnesiac guy.
Yeah. Yeah, no question.
And I think my favorite one was probably Amber, because, like, man, Amber...
Well, I mean...
Her scenario is so cool.
It has the,
You have Terminator Cop. You have Amber literally in cuffs. Like, dude, if you, like, asked me, like, what gimmick a character would have, I would never guess in cuffs the entire game.
Yep.
It's like, that is such a crazy idea.
Terminator Cop being the best. Detective Tap, I think? I might be wrong there.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Obsessed schizo.
The guy who thinks that all criminals should just be shot. That's really great to be coming just from, like, the detective is just like, you know what? I don't even think criminals should be given the court of law. I think they should just be
immediately
shot.
Die.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Sounds reasonable.
It's like RoboCop world.
Yeah. No, it's literally just Judge Dredd world. I am the law. I am the law. Also, the other reason I think that this is, I feel like this is the canon ending is like him handing this big expose to Jodd is like, okay. But handing it to a little reporter is like, yep. Because all Jodd would do is find a reporter and be like, take this, write a story on it.
And it's like, how do you know, like, the reporter would be good enough to have credibility? So this definitely seems more legit to me. And you said the only way to get this actual ending is for Jodd to leave early.
Jodd to leave early. I don't even think, honestly, it has anything to do with the second quest, as I mentioned before. Although, if you leave early with Jodd, I think that you're missing a lot in the story, personally, and I would not do it. Also, I will be very clear that there is legitimately no reason to play it a second time unless you want to get the different endings, or to, like, just answer things differently. Like, in terms of, like, is it worth it to play the game a second time to play as Keith? Clearly not. Unless you really, really want to see Keith Helm slowly walk upstairs.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate that he has, like, no characters to play off of. He's just doing the same thing as Jodd, but slower.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can definitely see why you were disappointed with this.
Yeah, and I tried my best not to read ahead or anything like that. I saw that Keith was a character, and I was like, no way! But then after doing Jodd's part, like, you know what? Even if I would have, like, originally just skipped Jodd's thing, and then it was Keith, and I was doing this, I'd be like, okay, this is very slow, but it's cool that I'm playing as Keith. But once I already did the Jodd part, I'm like, oh, it's just the Jodd part, and you add, like, 5 minutes to it.
But if it was, like, extension on Jodd's, like, true ending, I guess his longest ending, because I guess it's not canon, but if it was, like, after the events of this, and, like, Keith Helm was, like, desperately trying to escape with something else that's not the helicopter, that would be cool.
Yeah. Also, when you leave, when they're like, hey, leave with us on this plane with, like, the mother and the child, and if you're like, okay, then, I forget her name, the girl that you're with is like, what? We were just talking about, we have to go see my parents, or my mother or whatever, and, I think I'm actually out of space. Oh, wow, I'm not out of space. What was I gonna say? It's so funny, because you can be like, okay, see ya! Or you can be like, whoa, hold on! And it's funny, like, he does a complete 180. It's so hilarious. He's like, wait a minute, didn't you just say that she was awful to you, and she moved in right after your mom passed? And also, remember, she threw away your favorite dress, or your mom's favorite dress? And she's like, oh yeah, and then she just leaves with you. Although she originally does say, like, hey, why are we leaving? But it's like, you can convince her in 5 seconds. Although, it makes no difference in the story, because at no other time do you see, oh god, I forget her name. Girl with paralyzed mom or whatever.
Oh, Stephanie.
Stephanie, there we go. Oh, Steph.
Yes,
Steph. Oh, by the way, I want to say one thing real quick. When I went through with Jodd, I made the second time, I made no weird decisions. Like, I wasn't like, early on when that lady's like, your boyfriend's so nice, like, instead of being like, hey, just say it, I was like, oh, we're not together. And I, like, made every, like, right decision. And then, like, near the end, she literally calls you your boyfriend. And I'm like, oh. Whoa. Jodd's gonna score. And she, like, says it it's, like, weird. She says it, like, matter of fact, like, I forget the exact scenario, but I was like, okay.
Yeah, she wears the pants. I mean, Jodd's not gonna do it.
Of course not. Alright. So we need to get up to here. It's obviously much easier than Jodd's. And time. 3 months. 2 days. I don't think the helicopter is coming. Yeah, Keith, because you literally waited till the very last minute because you're dumb.
I gotta deduce this information.
Oi!
Was that the Japanese voice
acting? I think so.
We were talking over it, but I'm pretty sure it was like Koruwa.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm over here.
Koruwa?
Here we come.
I know!
Oi! Oi! I love British and/or Australian accents in every sense of everything. Come here, mate! Alright, so that is Raw Danger. I want to do one more thing.
It's so weird that the Keith Helm part is literally just recycling Jodd.
Right? It is very weird. So at the end of this, because we're literally done with the game, and hey, we'll have a little bit of extra time after this anyway, I want to very quickly just load up in free play Keith's part. This is only going to take a minute, and see if it's still, like, if that's, like, not a glitch, but, like, something they, like, miswrote into the game. I'm very curious. So, that was Raw Danger. It is very, a specific game that only very specific people would like. and I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, you have to want a game that tries everything and really excels at nothing, but, like, at the very least, like, tries a little bit of everything. It's like, kind of a jack of all trades, but if a jack of all trades is, like, very average at everything he does. You get crazy taxi stuff, you can just ride around and ram into stuff. Since I was playing through the second playthrough so fast, I just, like, rammed into everything with the taxi, and near the end, everything is completely broken. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, and the PS2 is such a weird system because it had such a huge, massive install base that you could make a lot of stuff and still make money, but at the same time, the PS2 was very technically limited, especially compared to like the GameCube or Xbox. So while you could technically try anything, you're gonna get games like this that want to be more than what the PS2 is capable of.
I will say that in terms of, besides Shadow of the Colossus, I can't think of too many other games that, like, pull off scale as well as this game. There's definitely some areas where you're like, holy crap, there's so much going on.
I think the only thing that even gets close is some, like, set pieces in God of War 2.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But,
and
like,
that is a game with about 45 times budget of this game.
Yeah, God of War 2, like, used a lot of tricks, too.
I gotta replay that sometime. Also, the music that I was just playing is like, it's like they're telling me Saga Frontier. It was like, the Baroque stuff that they threw into Saga Frontier. For some reason, that was the ending music. Also, you can't skip this if I did not make that clear.
Yo, when are you gonna finish the Saga Frontier LP?
Eventually!
Yeah, you're gonna do 1 or 2 characters like next year, and then take another 2-year break, and then do the next 2 characters.
How many did I do so far? I did red, I didn't do blue, right? I did red.
I think we decided to do blue last.
I did red, Riki. Yeah?
Loot.
Yeah, I did Riki, loot.
I think was...
Amelia. I did Amelia for sure.
Oh yeah, you did Amelia.
So I have, what, T260, Blue, and Asalus. Oh, yeah.
And all of those are awesome.
I did that the right way, then. Probably T260, Asalus, and then, Blue to end it off.
Asalus' quest is so weird, because...
So weird.
It has such a strong start, and then, like, in the middle, it's just, like, wander around.
Yep. Literally. And
wander around until someone attacks you.
And then sometimes you're like, I'm gonna go save or whatever, and it's like, I'm White Lion, I'm gonna fight you, and you're like,
and you get
oh,
screwed.
Crap.
Dude, in some suits...
That recording engineer, Benjamin Trapp, if you had anything to do with the sound levels in this game, go away.
Yeah, you're fired forever.
You're fired forever. What? But if you were standing near, like, a bunch of running water, it would be loud. Right? We're going for realism in this game. Also, I like how the helicopter's just, like,
it's not even moving, yeah.
It's like, hey, yep, mm-hmm.
It's like the water is very, very faintly...
December 2010. Can't see nobody sitting.
Here we go, December 2010.
I got lost in my thoughts for a while. This is exactly what happened at Capitol Island. While running up Media Tower, I received a disc from a man in a black suit.
Jaden is his name, by the way.
The snow had stopped falling, and the sun began to shine. The sound of a helicopter drew near. And I heard Sophia calling me.
Wow. The greatest writer in the history of the world. Oh, that's...
What? Yeah, that was such a last-minute, like, addition.
Okay. Yo, check that out. 324, and at least a half hour of that, I was, like, pulled away from without saving, so I, like, had to go do something. So you could definitely beat this game with all the B endings that you could in, like, 2.5 hours. So, speedrunners! Am I right? Do I wish to delete save data? What the hell does that mean? Are you sure? Get the heck out of here.
That's so weird.
Do I wish to delete? Oh, I showed the collection last time. Okay, so just real quick.
Oh yeah, free play Keith Helm to see if it's glitched.
Yep, just to put a nice bow on everything. All right, so we do this, and then you do the story of Keith Helm, a survivor from Capital Island. All right. Now, what happened last time when I chose it on free play is everything else was exactly the same, except for I went and read those 2 Capital Weekly and all that, and nothing showed up. So let's find out. I'm gonna do it the exact same way as I did it before. And I'm very curious. Would you like me to read it out loud again? Nah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, let's do it.
Goldstein bad.
Indeed. He's the ultimate bad guy. Alright. Let's see. Oh my god!
It is actually glitched.
It's
Holy crap.
actually glitched. Holy crap.
Yeah, because we couldn't load the one save file correctly.
So there's supposed to
memory
be
card.
9, and there's only 8.
Yeah, and we can walk around as much as we want. There's no other thing to pick up.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to leave the building and see if it even lets you do that, or like I don't know if he's like. Wow, so I felt really stupid because I was like, I just played this on like Thursday. That item over there, by the way, I'll show.
Yeah, just pick it up just to appease people, but it's just a heating pad.
It's just a heating pad, so that's not going to give you like a second choice. And there's nothing around here that you can go to that's going to be like
yellow arrows, just save points.
Yeah, just a save point as we've seen plenty of times before. So this is how you leave, and you think at some point he would be like, oh, like maybe you can leave? I don't know.
Yeah, the ultimate bad ending.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can leave without figuring out anything.
I guess, like, for some reason when you do free play... Oh, and by the way, the one piece of... the one piece of information you don't have here, for anyone curious, and I'm sure you all are, is...
It would have been really funny if it was just randomly there now, because you changed screens.
Goldstein virtually controls NorCal Pharmaceutical. That's the thing that doesn't show up.
Yeah, and we were trying to figure it out. It was like, check a computer or something?
It's just something that's already there. Alright, so, I wish there was a way I could just walk into... Wait. Looks like it's getting deeper over here, yeah? I just want Keith... I want to see Keith drowning.
You are the... What's wrong with you?
Oh, check this out. Goodbye, guys.
Wow, Wow.
That's something that only shows up like once in a while in the game, but they actually have. I think I only saw it one time with Jodd's. So, try again? Nah. We'll see you next time, guys. Maybe one day we'll play Disaster Report 4. Unfortunately, Disaster Report 3 is Japan only, and I do not speak Japanese.
Yeah, it's only for the PSP too, so it's probably really gimped and weird.
So weird.
Anyway, if you're the one true superfan who saw the entire playthrough, comment below, and we will give you Reddit gold.
I will highlight your comment. I literally respond to every comment that's not a that's not someone saying first or just like a bot. I literally respond to everyone I can, even if it's a month later. Goodbye! Also, this game is my new Christmas game, just like Die Hard has always been my Christmas movie. Bye?